Hello, Internet. Welcome to Adventures in Kelara. This is our Dungeons and Dragons stream where a few Aussies and one token American play through my homebrew campaign world of Kelara, which is the setting for this adventure. We are sadly announcing that we've had to say farewell to Ellie and Sun, who have been with us the first couple of episodes. Just through circumstances beyond their control, they've had to withdraw from the campaign, which is exceptionally sad. But we hope that you guys continue to stick with us anyway, and what's the word I'm looking for? Hope that everything goes well for everyone in the future. We've still got our remaining 4 adventurers. I was just wondering if you guys were still there, but you guys have all gone really quiet, but that's okay because...
Sorry.
Yeah.
We're listening. We're enraptured.
Excellent.
We were showing deference.
It's the first time in like 4 weeks that you've all been quiet at the same time while I'm talking. It's the first time I think that Heidi's been quiet while I'm talking anyway.
It's the Ritalin.
Yeah. Anyway, so we have been playing through the first few episodes. These guys have found themselves in the world of a bit of mystery with a weird little bit of a attack when they went to the theatre, which led to the house of Dominic Blackswift. Last week they spent a little bit of time exploring around there, making a little bit of a mess. Not the most subtle of home invaders in this group, but did happen to find some rather suspicious memorabilia as part of all of this, and figuring that asking forgiveness is better than permission, went about and did all of their exploration and then just left the house behind, covered in ash, with the furniture all moved, the papers papers, yeah, just an absolute mess. But it leaves you now off to head up to the Frostforge mines, which Lord Brennan of Dewcliff asked you to head up to as part of a favour to him. And as you're heading off out of town, you actually have the same young lad who came chasing after you, who came and met you at the tavern or at the Stately Seal this morning, comes running up after you and seems a little bit surprised that he manages to catch you so close to the border of the town rather than further up the hills. But he goes through... He advises that he needs... that Lord Brennan has requested that Carrick come back. There's something that he specifically needs to get the dwarfs' help with.
Right, I guess we'll see you soon then, Carrick.
I guess, yes, I will see you when you return.
Yep. Catch you later, man.
I hope that Sun doesn't want to shoot me for butchering that accent. But...
That was perfect.
Totally recognizable.
And it leaves the 4 of you now, and some of you, having not seen Nyx this morning, you probably assume that she must have either slept in or was up early and had disappeared, but you haven't actually seen her at all this morning. So it leaves the four of you to head up into the mountains. It's still fairly early. You've spent probably another hour going through Dominic's house and making the investigations that you did. And
That's nice of you. Investigations. Okay.
it was investigating. It just was very poor investigating. But yeah, so the path that heads up towards the mountains, it's fairly open space to begin with. A lot of grass around. You can see off to your left. You can see the coast. There's a couple of ships that are now heading out to sea from Dewcliff, off to wherever their next destination happens to be. And it's not too far out of the township that you start feeling that you start heading uphill into a bit more of like a foothills region rather than the mountains proper. The road here itself is more of a track, so you've got kind of those two flattened areas where lots of cartwheels have rolled over, but then grass growing in between them. The area itself scattered with boulders, fallen rocks, stones. It probably could be arable if someone really tried. It could be potentially farmed or something, but it's just been sort of left. So the grass itself between the rocks, it's kind of about probably 50-50 when you sort of look at the spread. Patches of grass and then more patches of rocks. But it's very popular with, as you get higher, you find more gatherings of like seabirds. You can see them flying off over the water, where the edge kind of, now as you start getting up higher, the edge just drops off into cliffs. You've got the birds flying, some more of them sort of nesting and roosting in various patches around. I can hear their calls ringing out through the air. And you probably walk for about half an hour before these fields actually give way to stone. And you sort of enter this area where it's kind of cliff faces, and the track becomes more of a stone path, weaving its way in and around the edges of the mountains. You can see above a layer of cloud that creates almost like a ceiling that blocks any vision of the mountains too high up. After a good hour and a half of walking, give you a chance if anyone sort of wants to converse or anything like that or anyone doing anything while you're kind of journeying.
Poppy's probably lagging behind practicing that rowing the boat thing that Shasta was doing earlier.
The which thing?
Row the boat.
Dance.
Like,
Dance.
or something.
Very important dance that we all know.
I definitely know it. Yeah, it's very popular in my very small hamlet.
Of course it is.
You would notice that Arya has now got her Spartan helmet on and her shield out and her spear out because she's like, this could get dangerous fast.
Well, that's cool.
Better armor up, especially after what happened the last fight we had.
This is a fair point.
Shasta's just like eyes half closed, listening to these birds, and just thinking of home, but also what lies ahead.
Yeah.
Nothing in particular for Espen. Just keeping her eyes peeled. A little bit on edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just strolling.
Yeah, sure. So I'll get you to anyone who wants to can make a perception check.
Mhm.
Nope.
Yeah, dude. I can remember how.
Okay.
Oh,
You seen anything interesting out there, Bobby?
I think my tool. I think I've done something to my tool. I think I kicked a
Look at
rock
this
or
stick.
something.
Look how
And
big
like,
it is.
you don't
Oh.
gotta get your whole body into the dance. Just like it's a upper motion.
Oh, upper.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Well,
like a
I'll keep practicing.
like.
My toe
Have you
hurts.
ever rode a it? It's all good. Like I can like see if your toe's okay, but I mean, you might have just like stubbed it. So I don't
I
know.
think so. It's a rock in the road. There's a
Uh,
rock.
yeah, I feel that. That's why I like staying on boats whenever I can. There's not a lot of ways to stub your toe on rocks on a boat.
I guess that's true. Maybe I should take up boating.
Oh, it's super great, man. Boats are just like you feel the waves under you and you can just like sway whenever you're not hauling up fish. It's really great.
I don't like fish though.
I still think you're wrong for that, but to each his own, man.
but can't you like stub your toes on other things? The mast, for example.
Shasta goes into deep thought.
Love
What is
how
he
this is.
see as he goes into deep thought?
I love how my natural one has just turned into this complete,
Oh my God.
like, devolution of the conversation into absolutely nothing.
This is
I
a
didn't even realize
perfect
I had the highest
conversation.
It's the best.
Yeah, Poppy and Espen, you're both kind of sort of don't really see much going on. You're kind of just lost in your own little thoughts here. A little bit of while Poppy's sort of dancing around and everything, she kicks up a little bit of dust, which some of it just sort of blows into Espen's eye.
Great.
Alright, it's alright.
Shasta and Arya, there's not a lot really to sort of notice around here. The path itself is fairly well worn. It doesn't seem frequently travelled, but at least travelled enough that it's sort of you can see that there's the odd rut where when it's wet, carts have sort of dug holes in the soil where it's softer, things like that. A few birds flying above, those sorts of things. And you continue for probably about an hour and a half after since you're leaving the town. And you find just off to your right, the path itself sort of opens. Path itself goes straight ahead, but there's actually like an opening in part of the mountain wall, and it looks like it's been cut. And in there you can see like this open quarry type of place, with a number of huts and houses that have been sort of built, and you see a few dwarves sort of wandering back and forth, going to and fro between buildings and between several openings heading into the mountains themselves. You'd think probably you've found your destination.
How sad that our dwarf has been called off on other duties. What am I thinking? I mean, I'll go up and look for whoever's in charge.
Mm-hmm. So there's probably about half a dozen buildings in here. Each of them are, each of them are really well made. You probably think that's to be expected, given that it's obviously a little bit of a dwarven hamlet. Very finely crafted stonework, strong angles, clean masonry work, and one larger one in the centre that stands out. It seems to be sort of the administrative, what you assume would probably be the administrative hub for the area. There's a couple of carts parked outside it. Yeah, parked outside it. Off to one side, you can actually see like a little fenced-off area where there's a number of mules and donkeys resting until whenever they happen to be called upon to help take the next load back to civilization.
All right, we'll go in there then, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you walk in and there's a there's a sort of, I mean, from what you can guess, she's probably just shy of middle age. Female dwarf with red hair, sitting at a desk, just bent over doing some paperwork. She looks up as you come in. Oh, how can I help you? You're not from here. What can I do for you?
Nah, man. Brannon sent us over.
I'm actually a woman, but
I know it's just like a gender neutral term.
Oh,
if that
okay.
offends you, I can like change up the lingo, but
no, it's
yeah.
just that often you other folk don't always get the difference between male and female dwarfs. So
Yeah, I get you. Nah, man, I'm chill. But Brennan sent us over, like Mayor Brennan. I don't know how it gets titled around here, but
oh yes, you're here to see Vorland, the Frostforge family. So
yeah.
yes. Okay, if you head over, back out this building and straight across the way there, she sort of points across basically to a mine entrance that's almost directly opposite the the building that you're in at the moment, or the door to the building you're in at the moment. That's the Frostforge mine over there, and Vorland should be just inside in the main offices there. Terribly sad what happened, but hopefully you can help them out.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so too, man. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's go. Yeah. And I turn on my heel and head out.
Thank you. And I follow quite quickly.
You get a few stairs as you're making your way across the open space there. These guys are obviously not that used to seeing people who are not dwarves in the area. But you head into the mine entrance that she pointed you to, and it's kind of it's a cave entrance type of thing, but then as you walk in, it's almost like a building corridor, and there's like it's been carved, and the walls itself have been polished and everything, so it's a very smooth, very well lit space. And we're getting a hand up for a question.
Yes, is it like a dwarf-sized mine?
Yes. So, yes. So, you're fine, but Shasta, Espen, and Arya, you're all sort of. It's not a dwarf-sized mine in the sense that it's probably the height is probably maybe about 5.5 feet or so. So you're not having to sort of crawl in or anything like that, but
So sort of my height.
yeah. So for you sort of, just sort of keeping an eye on the roof above you. The helm itself probably scrapes a couple of times against the roof. But you find a open door and open door off to the right as you enter.
I guess we go that way, right?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I know. I was just checking a notification that came through. Sorry. And sitting at a desk behind it is a older dwarf, quite grizzled appearance. He's got, a creased face, lots of sort of almost got that kind of leathery feel about it. Or appearance, I should say, not feel. But he's wearing like a sleeveless shirt, and you can see his arms still got guns. He's got black hair with smatterings of grey streaked through both it and his beard, and blue eyes that look quite friendly but just seem tired and weary right now. And he looks up and he's like, "Are you the folks from Lord Brennan?"
Yeah, we sure are.
Oh, well, thank the gods for that. Normally we can take care of these things ourselves, but every so often something comes, some kind of creature finds into the mines, and we usually look after ourselves, but Derek and Leswin, well... And he pauses, he chokes up a little bit. Sorry, Leswin, my daughter, and her husband Derek, they were our warrior trained folks, so they're usually the ones that we get to check these things out. And without them, we don't have anyone to try and check, to try and keep this place safe. Half my miners, and you can't blame them, but they refuse to go into the mines at the moment.
Have any idea what the thing looked like that came out and took your daughter?
I didn't see it myself.
Did anybody see it?
It was... So there was one of our man, Averton. He said that it was some sort of like scorpion-like creature, but not a scorpion, but had that kind of giant insect type of appearance about it.
Books. I don't know how I feel about books.
Don't like that at all.
Right.
We can pay you for your help. I mean, I've been looking at the door, and I think that potentially we might be able to secure it if we get the right things in place, but I'd like to be able to bury my daughter. I mean, even if you can't kill the thing that's in there, I mean, if you can at least bring her and Derek back to me, that we can at least give them a proper send-off. Can you at least...
Of course we'll do that.
The Lord Brennan told us that the mine collapsed. How could we get in there if the tunnels are closed off?
Yeah, no, there was a collapse while we were mining, and it opened up into this cavernous type area, into an area. I mean, you find these things in these places. You find caves and hidden little sort of places that have been hollowed out or used to have been eroded away. It's not unusual. That's why we tend to send, when we find something like this, we send Leswin and Derek or someone in to just explore it, because often you do find some sort of critter in there or something like that. But it's normally just something small. And you're not used to seeing kind of, even those of you who've sort of had a little bit of association with dwarves, you're not used to seeing this level of emotion on someone's on one of them, and you can see he's fighting to keep his demeanor as much as he can, but there's a little bit of a glisten just in his eyes as when the light sort of hits the right angle.
All right. Well, this Aberton fellow, is he in today? Do you think he'd be willing to take us sort of to the collapsed bit? I suppose
I can take you to the collapse to where it happened.
Are you sure, sir?
Yeah. My men are all on a day's leave at the moment.
All right.
I wouldn't send someone else in there if I'm not willing to go in myself at the moment.
Well, that's very noble of you, sir.
And so he leads you. Steps out from behind the desk, and he leads you down through the mines. It's probably, down a couple of tunnels. You've probably got to go in about maybe 200-300 feet. The entire way is lit fairly well, with a combination of torches and occasionally these sort of patches of phosphorescent moss that's been deliberately grown in certain areas to provide a form of light, enough for at least for Poppy and Espen, for you guys to still keep track of where you are and see what you're doing. Arya and Shasta, having your dark vision, you can see fairly well as you go down, but he eventually reaches this. There's scattered rock all over the floor, and just off on the left of the tunnel there's you can see the opening itself does not look carved the same way that most of the mine shaft has been that you've been walking through, and there's a metal door inside a wooden frame, but the whole thing is like obviously hastily patched together. There's like the wood's kind of roughly attached to one another. It's been nailed. It's been attached to the stone as best as possible, but not in any sort of long-term secure way. And he points to the door. And he's look, they're through there. I don't know what we can do about this. I might have to just close the mine altogether if we can't secure the place, but like
I'm sure we can.
Yeah, man. We can cross that bridge if we come to it, and that's a big if.
I'm sure we'll do our best, sir.
Yeah.
I thank you, and you see just the hint of a smile, a grateful smile, sort of turns up the. You don't really see his lips move. You see more his cheeks sort of shift a little bit, and his beard kind of turn upwards. I'll be waiting here, right outside. So I'll be here when you return. I promise.
Do you have something in case something comes this way? Like, is he armed?
He does have
Just in case.
he does have a hammer at his
Okay.
at his side. So so he's
He know how to use that. Sweet.
as much as any good dwarf knows how to use it.
Yeah. Silly question.
Yeah. And so he opens the door, and you step in, and it is dark inside.
Maybe I'll light a torch. Sure, I have one in my pack.
Yeah. Let me just sort out some map stuff here.
You'll have to. I don't. And I'll control flames to brighten the torch and say, we've got some really good torches. They're like super bright.
Yeah, they are quite good torches, aren't they? That's cool. That really?
So what's your? So as you sort of step in, you find yourself in this little pathway that opens up into. It's probably about 15 feet wide or so. So there's enough room for you guys to walk at least two abreast as you're entering. Just going to pop your tokens on. I've got.
Right, I'm just laughing at how bright this torch is now.
Yes, that's exactly what we're laughing at,
I
obviously.
doubled it.
Torches, man.
So now it's
Torches.
40 feet of bright light and 40 feet of dim light. Good torch, man. Totally not magical.
Poppy's just like staring in awe and horror at this torch. Like, she like this with what has she created?
Let's see. Okay, feel free to sort of. So we've got a big torch illuminating the area. So I'm going to sort of
Yeah.
do that.
Yep.
So you enter into this region, and the pathway leads out and then opens up into this expansive cave. The ceiling's probably maybe about 25-30 feet high. It's got a very musty smell. There's a lot of dust on the floor, and you can see the footprints of where the two dwarves, what you assume must have been the two dwarves, because you don't think there's too much more that could have been around here, headed off down towards the right, or sort of this downwards, so down this sort of direction, down into that sort of direction there. There's other sort of signs of tracks in the dust as well. You're not really sure Is anyone proficient with survival?
Yes.
You
I'll
can roll a
roll.
survival check if you like.
Ooh, I am too.
I'm not, but I do have a +4.
I'm looking more for like the
Yeah.
All right. Good thing we have Shasta.
Yeah, man. When you're on the open water, you gotta survive.
You do. You sort of looking at the floor and looking at some of the other sort of signs of tracks there. You notice a number of sort of insectoid or arachnid type of movement. Sort of footprint tracks. They're not they're going in all sorts of directions. So it's not like it's just one set going anywhere. But there's obviously at least a few insects or creatures that are wandering around down here. So what would you like to do?
I'm so sorry. I just realized I couldn't work how you were responding, and then I realized it's because I texted my work chat.
Sorry.
Oh, that's so awkward. Oh dear.
What did you say?
I just said, because you were talking about Dominic earlier, and I just texted, I said, is it Black Swift or Dark Swift? and just everyone in the work chat just stonewall, just completely ignored it. And it just started talking about other work things.
Yeah. Well, at least they ignored it. And but
So
I was like, why isn't anyone responding?
Black Swift.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
said there were a bunch of insectoid tracks. Did you say if there were dwarf tracks going in any which direction?
So the dwarf tracks are headed basically sort of down and to the right, sort of this direction.
Okay. All right. So really bad vibes in this place. There's like little insect feet going every which way. The feet we're looking for are heading down that way, and I point toward the north, south, east, west, southeast. Yeah.
Actually, that was a question I was gonna have. The size of the insect feet, are they like, what size do these footprints look like they are?
They look pretty big. We're not talking, like
Are they bigger than the dwarf footprints?
They're not bigger than the dwarf footprints, but you think, based on sort of the size of them, that the animal making them would probably be at least big enough to fight a dwarf.
Yeah, that's sure.
I don't like that at all.
Okay, so we follow the footprints, yeah?
I mean, yeah, there's not much else we can. Like, do we want to prepare anything or like make a plan, or do we want to just go in there knowing that there's some like gnarly bugs and not like gnarly in the good way?
Espen just draws her sword.
Yeah, Poppy pulls her quarterstaff out of her pack and just like holds it in front of her. So like if anything comes out to the shadows, get a stick first.
Yep. I think I'm gonna stick my hand into my pocket and cast light on a silver piece and just leave it in my pocket for now.
Do we hear anything?
Give me a perception check.
I'm going to
You
reach
can
you, I'm
hear
sorry.
air move. You can hear air moving, in the sense of like just that kind of hushed whisper type of sound. You can't hear anything specifically moving.
And no, like, insect clicks or anything.
Not at this
Yeah.
particular moment, no.
Okay.
No. So, whereabouts would you like to head?
Must we follow the footprints
Mm-hmm.
down southeast?
Okay, so we'll just open up. Wrong button.
These torches really are good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
man.
making it easier. I don't have dynamic lighting, so it's just kind of like, look, just open up enough for you guys to sort of explore a little bit. So you head down and start seeing the cavern open up a little bit in front of you.
Right. And from like my vantage point, can I sort of tell, did the footprints go into the little opening or the
footprints
larger?
head sort of over towards this direction here.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll head that way.
Mm-hmm.
And just hope that someone is coming along with me.
Yeah.
That I am not going on my own. Okay, wonderful. All right, the fighter. Oh no, you're not a fighter anymore.
What? What do you mean? I'm a fighter. What? Who said that?
Out of character, you're not a fighter anymore. I'll just say, oh good, the fighter. And inside I'll believe that.
Okay, so you head this way. Poppy, give me perception check where you are.
All right, it won't be great.
This area, so you can see the cavern itself sort of passes through a little. There's a little sort of gateway there. You also notice down here, down in this sort of opened up area here, the footprints don't go down there, but there's a couple of spots that kind of catch your eye where the wall itself seems almost smooth. Some of the there's a couple of sort of hints there of there having been not all being natural.
All right. Does it look similar to the tunnels, the mining tunnels that have been carved out by the dwarves when we came in?
No, it looks ruined. So it looks like it was sort of once something and has now been sort of subject to years of erosion and wearing down and that kind of thing. So it's kind of half sort of still standing and half kind of been overtaken by nature.
All right. Well, I haven't the foggiest about like materials and things, so I'm not even gonna try to guess what it is.
Yep. Just
we keep following the footsteps, right? Like
Yep.
that's where we're going. Yeah.
Yeah. So they do seem to disappear through this little. It's not a doorway, but it's kind of like just where the tunnel, the passage narrows, and it does actually close down a little bit. So it is kind of more of like an archway type of thing, almost. Again, it's kind of similar to this area down below where you guys are walking past. It's got remnants of being made, but not completely. It's kind of like half and half. You're not quite sure if it's just really odd natural erosion, or if someone's done something here either really badly or really long time ago.
Would that be a history check to see if any of us know?
You can make a history check if you like.
No, that's terrible.
I mean, it can't get much worse than that. So I'll roll as well and hope that I haven't just jinxed myself. All right.
Okay, so Ari, you're not certain. The rest of you sort of having a bit of a look around it. It does look like there's been some influence, some outside influence here at some point in the past, and a lot of you like the, and even Ari, you would have heard, you would be familiar with this, is the fact that there are lots of places in the world that are remnant of the aeons that have gone past. The history of the world is divided up into a number of different sections and or eras, and it's an old world where many, like, lots of places have been and gone and been and gone, and so it is known well enough that people can be, farmers can be digging their crops, and they suddenly find themselves in a tomb that was built 4 or 5 millennia ago, or people are building a new city and find themselves in the palace of some old king from many from millennia previous. So it's not totally surprising, therefore, to find something here, or to see these sorts of things.
Okay. Cool.
You keep going.
I'll take a glance down the side path here. Do I see anything of note?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 16.
Yes, you see just a little hint of movement, just behind this sort of outcropping off on the right here a little bit. So just over here, there's just a little bit of movement that you happen to notice. So it's the quickest flicker of in your eye, but you think there's something. You think you see something.
All right. I'm gonna look up real quick.
Upwards?
Yes.
Yep. Above your head, you see stalactites.
Okay. Now that horror movie logic is sated.
Or
I'm
are
go-
they stalagmites?
No.
Yeah, no, I was just being a dick.
Okay.
It's a problem I always have. Sorry.
Stalactites have to hold tight to the ceiling.
Oh, and stalagmites might
Might,
make you stub your toe.
yeah, or yeah.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, Shasta's already like bugging out, man. So he's
Yeah.
gonna hold up a hand like. He's gonna start creeping just to like check it out.
Give me a stealth roll.
You know that's gonna be with disadvantage, so we'll see how it goes.
Wow.
Started off so well.
Close. But yeah, I mean 12. Not
Mhm.
horrible.
Yep. How far down do you go?
I mean, how far would I need to get to see into here? Yeah, I guess I go to like right there.
Right there. Okay. Yeah, as you sort of step just up to where you are there, you see this tiny little, it's a humanoid type of figure, but it's very, very small. And it seems to be, it's almost like it's made of ice. And it steps out from behind where you saw that shift of movement. And it roars at you, and this sort of voice sort of comes. And this freezing cold air is exhaled from its mouth. And can I get you to make a dex save, please?
Yes.
Ooh.
Let me read a thing real quick. If I fail. Okay, do I fail that saving throw?
You do.
Okay.
What have you got?
I'm going to. So I know that I'm gonna fail it. So I'm gonna use favored by the gods to roll 2d4 and try to change the outcome. So that's a 13 instead.
Okay. So you did that just? Oh, there we go. I did it. Oh no, that's yours. And that's mine. There we go. Okay, so you feel this icy cold air start to coalesce around you, and for a second, you sort of like and you sort of feel a little bit sort of slowed down by it, only to then have this sort of you feel that sense within your head of that you felt with the when the demons appeared yesterday, and that sort of familiarity, that sort of warmth that's starting to become more familiar to you now, and it sort of seems to just sort of coalesce to almost warm you against the cold air that's coming up against you, and you still take 1 point of cold damage.
All right.
And I will then get you to roll some initiative for me. Actually, just let me bring the turn tracker up first. Never mind.
Sorry. This is what happens when you don't
Oh
wait for the
no!
turn tracker.
Oh no! Are we
Actually,
rolling
that's all right.
too?
No, you roll initiative. Oh, look, 1.1.
Super not chill down here, but like actually kind of chill, but like literally.
I'm happy to go after Arya if she'd like. Don't really mind.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, I thought that was 11, 11, 13, 13, but no, that's right. So.
1.1.
Poppy, I'm going to go you first as your dex is higher.
All right.
Okay. All right. So that is there. The first one is from out of this area down here. Just down in the corner here. Another one of these little icy white, kind of like a pixie or devil or imp type of thing, but seeming to be actually sort of almost made of ice, comes flying at you and attacks you with its claws. A 6 probably won't hit you though. So it comes flying at you and tries to just sort of scratch at you, and you're able to duck out of the way without any real struggle. Poppy, you've just so Shasta's kind of made that comment there, wandered off, and then you've heard the shriek from the cold breath as well.
Yes. I can't really see them on the thing, but
Oh, sorry.
I'll definitely at least run up to where Shasta is. So,
that's my fault for not putting the tokens.
Somewhere in this area.
One is
5, so that's 25. So I've got 10 more feet because I'm a monk, so I have a ton of movement. Oh, or should I say a 10 of movement?
A 10 of movement.
Because I get an extra 10. Because I'm so sorry. All right. If that's where they both are, then I will move 5 more feet into this little square here.
Yeah.
And I suppose I'll take a swing at this this fella.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm still holding my quarterstaff like a complete idiot. And you probably all thought I was a complete idiot, but it's going to come in handy now. So I'm going to roll to hit with that.
A 23 will hit.
That's good.
So it doesn't matter. You rolled the same on both dice anyway, whether it was one-handed or two-handed. So it takes 9 points of damage. That's that one.
I probably would have been holding it with one hand so I could get my other thing, if that's possible.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, I'll hold it with 2 hands, but I'll kick him for my offhand attack.
Go for it.
Lovely. All right. Unarmed. Sorry, I'll get faster at this.
That's all right.
Much blood. Wow.
24 and 6 points of damage.
Finally, some good rolls.
You come in and you sort of double-handed swing your quarterstaff at it, and you actually have ice chips a couple of ice chips actually flick off it as you make contact with it, and it does not seem very happy with you. As you then kick it, it actually falls to the ground, and one of its wings is kind of, broken in there, and it's trying to flap and flap and flap to try and get itself back up, but it scrambles to its feet and actually stands in front of you. And for you, it's still probably about 2 feet tall, so it's not quite standing up to full height against you, but
It's almost my size.
sorry.
So it's almost my size.
Yeah.
So I look over at Shasta and I say, "What the hell did you do?"
I didn't do anything, man. I just wanted to get a look at what the heck was moving, and
What did you touch?
my weapons, I guess.
That's all I've got for this turn. Just disappointment.
Man.
A cast disappointment.
I cast disapproving look. I cast I'm not mad, just disappointed.
Oh,
Psychic damage.
10
Shasta, you
d10
take
psychic
3
damage.
psychic. No, I'm joking.
The ultimate vicious mockery is just your mother saying, "We're not mad, we're just disappointed."
All right.
That's like a spell that is too far above your level at the moment, too.
Like a 9th level spell
Yeah.
right there.
Aria.
I'm going to. Gonna move to about there.
Yep.
Um.
The one in front of Shasta is flying and has not been hit. The one in front of Poppy is standing with a sort of crumpled wing and doesn't look very well.
Okay. I'm gonna do a sacred flame at the one that's attacking Shasta.
Okay, so that's a dex save.
Yes, it is.
14?
That's my. That's the
That's the DC?
to hit
Okay,
DC.
yep.
Yeah.
So it passes. Sacred Flame's just hit or miss, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, okay.
And then bonus action. I don't think I have a lot at all. No, I'm gonna stay where I am, and that's all I can do.
Mm-hmm. No worries at all. And Espen.
Cool. How high up is this one? Like flying?
It's flying at about Shasta's head height, so...
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use my full movement to run next to Shasta,
Mm-hmm.
and just swing at this thing.
Yep. Give me an attack.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that'll hit.
With a long sword.
You're wearing a shield, aren't you?
I don't have it equipped. That's two-handed. Yeah.
Okay, so it's two-handed?
Yep.
Okay. So it takes 7. Anything else with that one? No?
Then I'm just gonna. Nope, that's it.
No?
I got nothing else.
Yep, no worries. You give it a good hit. And I mean, it stays fine, but again, like with Poppy and the quarterstaff, you actually see ice chips fly off it and sort of scatter over the floor around you.
You could say it looks pretty cool.
I have to go.
Yes, me too. I think I'm getting a business call. One moment.
Poppy casts TPK on the party.
Rocks fall. Oh wait, no, stalactites fall.
Yeah.
Everyone dies.
They're all just ropers.
So this one now.
1 damage.
Wait, no. No, sorry, that was the first one that went. So it's the other one. It's one in front of you, Poppy. Is going to have a. Is going to claw attack back at you since you're
That's fair. I made a bad joke.
You very easily duck out of the way.
Yeah, I do.
So it claws at you, and you just kind of, sort of duck and weave and move around it, and it glares at you menacingly. And then the other one, let's just... What? No, that was not what I was meant to do. Whoops. Sorry, ignore that. No, does not get its breath back. Here we go. I just need to do more of this on the table. So it's going to claw Shasta again. Wow.
Great. I love it.
I have rolled 3 6s in a row with these on attacks. Okay.
It's just to make up for all the times you were critting us in the other
Yeah,
battle.
that's like 5 neutral 20s.
That was rude, by the way.
It was quite rude.
Record. That was rude.
That was not my fault. It was the dice. Okay, so that's its turn. So both of them have a big sort of go with their claws and do absolutely nothing. And Poppy, we're back to you.
Woo! I mean, cool. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take another step towards this guy so that everyone has room if they need it, and I'll just give him another quarterstaff to the face and see how that goes.
Sure.
Lovely. All right.
Did we skip a turn?
Oh,
Oh yes,
we
Arya.
did. Sorry, before you do that, Shasta.
And
Shasta.
My nat 1 roll, it means
Yeah.
I go last.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
Shasta's initiative was so low that he doesn't even get a turn on the first round.
Doesn't
Okay,
even
with that.
register.
That seems fair for an
Right.
actual.
So-
I mean, no.
I am going to put away my shield and just be like, I mean, if not now, then when? Just push out my hand and try to shocking grasp this thing.
Right.
Did it?
Does that need an attack roll? Oh, it did. That's what the... So a 9 does not hit. You push out your hand and try to grab hold of it, and it's your hand kind of makes contact for a second, but it's ice, and so between it trying to dodge out of the way and it being just ice, your hand just slips off, and the spell kind of starts to take hold and then fizzles in the air.
Yeah, I'll just fall over and then get back up, and that's my turn.
Ooh. All right.
All
You're not
right.
having a good day.
Now, Poppy, you can go.
Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna quarterstaff that little what's it in the face. Alrighty, here we go. Kill him! Kill him with fire!
22 hits. You said you're two-handing these ones?
Yes, I think so. And then I just pick for the offhand because I can do that, it says so.
You can indeed. However, first, I need you to make a dex save.
A dex save?
Yeah.
Oh goodness, what have I done? Alright. Do I get advantage for being cute?
Oh no,
Or
Oh
small?
no.
you're a monk. No.
Do I get advantage for being cute and small?
You don't, unfortunately. Oh,
Curses! Ha! You got one as well! Sorry.
why did that roll like taking?
3 times.
I don't know. It's the first one. So you take 5 points of slashing damage as
Here's not the second one.
this creature just explodes when you hit it with the quarterstaff, and
Oh,
these shards
that's
of
pretty
ice
cool.
just come come past you and just sort of cut into you in, as the rest of it just starts to fall to the floor in dust.
All right,
and
that's
shards of
understandable. All right.
ice.
So now I have a second action, my offhand. I've got tons of movement
Yes.
because I'm a monk. That's great.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go get a nice flanking for people. I don't understand how flanking works, but hopefully that helps someone. And I'll just high kick him in the face.
Okay. Did we discuss whether we were doing flanking?
I don't know, but either
I think we
way,
did in
I
session
think
0, but I can't remember.
even just for flavor, I'd like to flank, just because it's fun.
Yeah,
You get behind him and
No, we will. We'll give flanking. You get advantage because this thing's looking the other way anyway. So yeah.
Oh, I get advantage.
Yes.
Oh, I just wanted to give it to someone else. That's fantastic. Thank you. All right.
How noble.
No, I did, because I was like, what am I gonna? I'm smart.
It's all good.
Alright.
Just punch it.
23.
Look, you punched it real good.
You hit.
Fantastic.
You kick. So you take all these shards of ice and the sort of couple of streaks of blood coming down your cheeks and things where this these shards of ice have just cut into you over your arms and things like that. And then just run and you leap up because this thing's still flying at Shasta's kind of head height. So it's pretty much sort of about the height of standing, where it would be able to be kind of almost standing on your head. So you leap up and you just wail into its side with your foot, and it staggers from the pain, and it turns around and glares at you. It's still flying, it's still standing, but a few more chips of ice seem to have fallen off it as well. It gives us Arya, your turn.
I'm going to shift around so I can get a little bit more of a cleaner shot
Yep.
on him, and I'm going to Sacred Flame again.
Sacred Flame. No, not that one. That one. Cancel. He's dead. Okay, so that means he makes a dex save again.
Mm-hmm.
Which... And this time, he fails with a 2.
Takes 7 points.
7 points.
Radiant.
Which is enough to kill him. And therefore, Shasta, Espen, and Poppy all make dex saves, please.
Yes,
God
that's
damn
fair.
it.
All
Innocent
right.
That's
guys.
another.
I had a feeling.
Oh, Shasta.
Oh, Shasta!
Come on. Yes.
Almost a 19.
Okay.
It rolled off.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
What?
You're so lucky, Shasta.
Okay, Shasta, you take 2 points of slashing damage, and Espen and Poppy, you both take 1 point.
Lovely.
As this one as well just sort of explodes into shards of ice.
I am now at approximately half of my hit points.
Okay.
Take much. Take much.
But from what you can tell, there doesn't seem to be anything else sort of.
Fantastic. Can we look at them or something?
You can look at the piles of ice.
Yeah. I want to see, does it just look like ice now, or does it still look like weird little sprite things?
No, it basically just looks like ice now.
Well, that's odd. There's nothing around them
No.
ruins or anything?
No, just two
Okay.
little ice creatures.
Well, I'd like to say thank you, Miss, and then propose a short rest.
What?
Espen's gonna pull out one of those health potions that she took from the drawer, the only one that she kept, and pop off the little cap and hold it out to Puffy.
Thank you.
Right. Maybe take a swig instead.
Oh, thank you. All right, how do I roll that?
So it's
2d4 plus 2, right?
2d4
Yeah,
plus
2d4.
2d4 plus 2? All right.
Yeah.
See if I can remember how
I
to
can
do
roll
that.
it for you here in Beyond Sony.
Oh, thank you. That'd be lovely.
That's right. No worries.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, excuse me. Why didn't the dice roll? I didn't click the dice roll. That's fine.
Oh, there we go. I clicked it and it worked. Oh, you clicked it. Oh,
Oh,
I don't mind. I'll take
Oh,
I'll
that's
take
good.
yours. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure either of them put you back to full hit points, don't they?
Yeah, I don't really need 8 anyway, so
Josh
I only
just
need a 6.
scratch the back of his neck and heal himself for 2 with healing hands.
Nice.
um,
Feel better?
Aria, give me a perception. Actually, no, don't worry about rolling that. I'm just going to be more. Yeah, Aria, you as sort of Shasta just sort of reaches back and scratch. You do see just a little hint of gold light as he reaches back and scratches the back of his neck.
Do 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 do.
I file that knowledge away.
Yeah.
But I already knew that knowledge anyway, so
He did use it on you, so
yes.
yeah.
There, I guess.
Everyone
I know
give
what
me
they are.
a
Are they-
perception check while you're here.
Okay.
And we just used my passive perception.
No.
Oh,
Worth a try.
Fuck. I can't see shit up in here.
I have a +6 to my perception and I'm rolling terribly.
I see everything, man.
You see an average amount.
Poppy sees more than me, though.
And yet it's still somehow not everything.
Poppy and Shasta, you do notice now in the sort of as the sort of your senses are now a bit heightened because you've got adrenaline pumping, and the sound of the battle kind of dies away, and you do hear now there seems to be a little bit more. You can hear the odd shuffle or just like a and things like that. Not sure where from, but you've disturbed. You sort of go, yeah, okay, we've disturbed the environment here at the moment, and the whatever is around here seems to be a little bit more on alert.
I, the player, know what these things are, but Shasta doesn't. Is any of their bodies still intact? I just want to see if their feet are similar to the insect tracks that we've seen.
Make a no, just so you see you pick up there is sort of
Just
maybe
picked up a leg.
one shard of ice that kind of is. You think it's probably. I didn't catch that, but there's kind of maybe
Sorry, I read the chat.
half of its foot. And as you do, you kind of look at it. It's not the same as most of the sort of tracks that you did pick up or make note of when you were first entering.
All right. I just put the little leg next to the footprint, see that it doesn't match,
Yeah.
and then throw it over my shoulder.
Leg. Oh goodness. Oh dear. All right. Do I have ice shards in my quarterstaff now?
No, none of them were sort of flying out so fast that they actually embedded in your stuff.
Okay, good, because that would have been annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
They would melt
Fantastic.
fairly quickly as well if you did.
Yes, but then I just have little things in my staff.
True. Yes. But no, there's nothing sort of. It's still smooth and happy.
All right. If someone else wants to take the lead, man, I'm just gonna
Poppy
trail
knows that.
behind.
Starts
I'm not
running.
really. Oh,
Poppy does what?
maybe
She hears that and starts running. Narnia and the
Maybe.
north.
Oh,
maybe stealthy.
Poppy doesn't really do stealthy.
Where's she
Yep.
running?
Up to here so we can keep exploring.
Okay.
You didn't see where I was pointing because that's
Oh,
here. Up to the little, so we can explore
Yeah.
some more. I assume that's where we're going.
yeah. Well, that's where the footprints, the dwarven footprints, or what you assume are
Right.
the dwarven footprints have gone.
So I'm gonna go over there, and then I'll activate stealth mode and move a little slower.
Where are you activating?
Only a
stealth?
little.
Where you are now?
I can't. Yes, where I am now.
Okay.
I can't click on
Right.
my token and make it do the thing. So
Yep. No, that's okay. Roll a stealth check.
okay.
I'm gonna chase after Poppy. Yeah.
Are you going to chase stealthily?
I can't do stealth. I can give it a red hot go for you.
Oh,
I
no!
don't do that anymore.
I think.
That makes sense. I'm
um,
like the least stealthy halfling in the world. Both in game and out.
You
I'm
still
all
are more
wearing heavy
stealthy than Espen.
All wearing.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Okay. So Poppy, you kind of feel your foot just scrape against a couple of rocks, and it not painfully, but it just sort of it causes some movement and some noise. Espen, because she sort of stops to do that, you kind of try and stop at the same time, and as you do, you kind of
Oh,
just
no.
bump into her a little bit.
Oh my
no,
god.
I
I'm
hate
so sorry.
that. I hate when that
That's my
happens.
fault.
I'm
wait.
sorry. That was
Oh
me.
my
I'm
God.
Arya just hears this and just puts a hand on her head and just shakes.
Justin
Why do we even bother trying to be stealthy?
uses control flames to now dim the torch.
And the torch
It is
suddenly,
too late.
the torch just drops down quite significantly, and I'll get everyone to make perception checks.
All right.
Wow, stealth and perception. This is my time to shine, truly.
Right?
This is dungeon crawling.
That's better.
What did I roll? Okay.
Oh, twinsies, Shasta.
All right, so you start walking towards the little sort of archway there, and Poppy, and Arya, just as Poppy's about to step into sort of where it reaches its lowest, narrowest point, you happen to notice just a couple of glimmers. The torch glimmers off it, off this kind of very fine-looking, almost like web type of.
Be careful up ahead.
What?
Is that it? No, sorry, that was out of character. Thank you. Alright, that was out of character. Thank you, Amos. Thank you, Arya.
And yes, you. Sorry?
I'd say I think it's trying to get the accent back in my head. I think there may be web.
And as Ari makes a comment, Poppy, you notice, that there's these sort of white strands of some sort of webbing stretched across
Ugh. I don't like bugs.
Hmm.
What did we do with the torch when we all went local?
I don't know.
Do you have the torch, or do I?
Who's got the torch?
Uh,
I'm figuring that you're holding it, Poppy. It was
Yeah,
I
your
think you
torch.
just sort of dropped it and then picked it
Yeah,
up.
and I'm at the front as well.
Yeah.
Well, I would have tied it to my quarterstaff like a cool kid.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the cool kids do. They stop to tie their torch to their quarterstaff in the middle of a fight.
Of course.
Yeah. You just missed it because I'm a monk, so I'm so fast.
Maybe you should like
I might.
hold. Maybe you should like hold out the torch and try to like burn the web.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that.
And the second she points it toward the web, I'm going to control flames, and I can instantaneously like expand the flame by 5 feet in one direction. I'm just going to extend it in the direction of the web so
Okay.
that she doesn't get too close to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take like a half step forward and help him out, even though I think I'm helping myself out. And this is just a really cool torch.
Well, the
Yeah, I'm
thing
just,
is,
like,
it's
patting her back,
cast.
like-
Let me just.
Because it's just somatic gestures. I don't
Is it
have
really?
to. Is it? Yes, it is.
Okay, so yeah, from your place, sort of behind everyone else, you sort of wave, and Poppy, just as you start to put the torch towards the web, it just flares up even before it's actually touched the web itself, and this sort of not a fireball but a fireball, just sort of expands out of the flame on the torch and starts igniting the web, and it starts to burn and fall, and it sort of pushes up and sort of starts to burn away this sort of webbing that's going across the ceiling in the next chamber as well. And
Do we hear anything like fall with a thud?
you don't hear anything
You
fall,
are
but
dying.
you hear a little bit of scuffling.
Well,
I see.
Good
Is it like
work.
fast away
Back.
scuffling?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Doesn't seem to be going away, no.
Oh no. Does that mean it's coming towards us?
More just seems to be moving around a little bit. Not necessarily coming towards you, but not going away either.
So it's just like a crab walk,
Yeah.
like Shasta was not doing before.
Yeah. Just exactly what Shasta did not do.
Very nice, very nice. All right.
What do you? In here, there's less dust, and so as you sort of look through these, the first parts of this, you can still see that the dwarves started to head, still were heading down, down and to the right, but the footprints are not as pronounced now as they were in the previous areas.
Well, I'm inclined to follow what's left of the footprints, but I'm happy to take, a different route if that appeals to the group.
Has someone got like an aeroplane going past them or something like that?
That's me, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't even realize that, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll dispel all the bullshit that I've done to the torch and follow.
Okay. Which way are you going? Down? Following the tracks still?
Is this way, I think?
Yep.
Is that the way the tracks are?
It is the way the tracks are, yes.
Fantastic. And I still got the torch, so I'll stay in front.
I think I is gonna take the rear.
Mm-hmm.
and is probably going to stealth behind, or try to stealth behind.
Sure, give me a stealth check.
I'm going to guide myself before I do it. Okay.
Guidance.
Okay, and then guidance is...
The D4.
Yeah. It's just in a different section. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. That's
No.
the one I want. There it is.
And another 3, so...
So that's 17 on my stealth.
17. Okay, so you follow behind, and between the sort of more noisy aspects of everyone ahead of you moving and the little bits of movement, you feel like you're actually traveling fairly quietly.
Well, I mean, if that's what everyone else is doing, I'll try and be quiet, I guess. I got a bit distracted by the fire, but I can be quiet.
Sure.
Well, I can try to be quiet.
Okay.
I'll try to, in
I
solidarity.
mean, you've literally got like the Tin Man like stomping behind you, but oh well.
Does some of my stealth rub off on Espen? Can she not have disadvantage or something?
It's just it's more of a group roll right now. So Espen, do you want to roll as well?
Just don't get a 1. Just don't get a 1.
Why would you say that out loud?
Sorry.
Alright, here we go.
One.
No
No,
ones.
3.
No ones.
Okay, so between you all, you're kind of moving relatively quietly.
Sailing.
The natural 20 versus the 3 does push it a little bit up, not a little bit down.
So it's
And you start moving in. What was everyone's? They're pretty good rolls, yeah. As you continue to make your way in, just up here, just where this pillar is on the side, or where this sort of column is in the middle, and just on the side, Poppy, you see you see a set of eyes on the roof, on the ceiling, reflecting the glimmer of the torch, and upside down and sort of crawling half down the wall, this spider that looks like it's big enough to probably swallow you whole almost, starts to... I can't do spider noises, but starts to come down the wall towards you, and we're going to do another initiative
Joy.
roll. Ouch.
Initiative wasn't shit this time.
No, Arius was instead.
I moved the decimal place and added another 1.
What color are the spider's eyes? I just really want to know now.
Black.
Black. Oh, that's scary. I like it.
Where did I put you?
Oh, Espen.
It's alright, guys. I'm doing good. I'm just like sneaking back here, ready to pounce. Like, don't you worry.
Yeah.
Espen's got you.
Okay, so... Okay, what have you guys got? So... Okay. With your eyes fixed on that one, you don't actually notice Poppy, the one that's coming down the wall that you've just moved up against. And so another one of these giant spiders comes down and
Like behind me?
behind you. Yep, straight down the wall. Espen. No, not Espen. Shasta. You see this spider coming down, literally coming down the wall behind Poppy, and it attacks her.
I don't like spiders. Her Poppy's one weakness. Also, she's like a 3-year-old trapped in a 3-year-old's body.
Did you say a 3-year-old trapped in a 3-year-old's body?
Well, because she's short.
Oh, okay. Whoa, what happened there? A natural 1 on the attack. So Shasta yells out, and you just duck.
Look out, man!
And
Didn't realize how
these
short I was.
pincers basically just close and snap shut right where your head was about half a second prior to that. Okay, that's why that's doing that. I'm not going to use those big buttons anymore because it just rolls too many dice and I don't know what's going on with it. Poppy, it's your turn. There's a spider right in your face, and there's also one about 10 feet away across the way.
I'm gonna go for the one right in my face that just tried to eat my face.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna quarterstaff it right in the jugular if I can.
Sure. Give me an attack roll.
All right, I will. Get ready to suffer, mister.
You hit it, but it kind of the hit it doesn't seem to do actual damage. So you kind of you're still kind of reeling from just trying to get out of the way. So you kind of swing the staff up, and it kind of brushes off its shell rather than actually making any proper contact.
And then I'd like to sort of elbow it like as a follow through or something.
Yep. Go for it.
Lovely. All right, hopefully that goes better.
That one hits.
Okay.
So you miss, but then you just sort of follow. Like you just said, you follow through with the elbow, and it crunches into the sort of cheek of this spider, but just the sort of the side of this spider's mouth. It doesn't look happy with you. It chitters, and sort of you see a little bit of venom drip from its mandible.
I want to back away, but I know I don't get an opportunity attack.
So you're gonna stay there?
I'm gonna roll a wisdom save. I really don't like it. Is that alright if I roll a wisdom save? Okay, thank you. Like, I'm not even sure if it's me that's uncomfortable or Poppy. Like, ugh. Okay, I'm gonna move away from the spider.
Okay. I've done it again. I've forgotten to actually put the tokens on.
Yeah.
Turn, Poppy.
Sorry?
The spider casts turn, Poppy.
It works.
Oh, God.
I made oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. All right.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna back.
Oh, they're even worse than I thought.
That way back towards Shasta. I'm aware that it gets an attack of opportunity, but these are the choices that I have made.
That's how role playing works.
Oh no!
No, not again.
This is why I fear spiders.
Okay. So we've got.
It's fine.
Oh, it's a natural one on its actual piercing damage. So it does 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay, 5. Is that
And-
doubled or you've already doubled it? 5. Back down to 8. And do I need to roll Constitution?
Yes, make a con save.
Con save.
Yeah.
All right. Don't have the greatest Constitution. Oh
Are you? Is this? How much damage is this?
no! Oh no!
It's 10. It's 10, and it's critical, so it's doubled. Is 20.
Oh no! Oh no!
Did you say you're down to 8?
Was yeah.
So that takes you to minus 12, which is one shot.
Oh my
I
god.
was one shy of an insta kill. Oh my!
goodness.
In case I don't make it,
Not
it
again.
was nice knowing you. Invest in Mortine.
Invested 14. Holy shit.
More smart, more safe, Mortine.
Just because Espen and Ari, you're both still out of sight of all of this. You can hear what's going. You've heard Poppy scream and all of this, but then as she starts to run away, this thing bites and it gets straight in effectively on her jugular.
Like I was going for it.
It doesn't look like the bite does that much, but then all of a sudden she just freezes up and literally just sort of, like every muscle in her body has just gone absolutely dead taut. Her eyes are wide open, and she sort of just locks into place, and then because she's already had a little bit of momentum, falls over. Her body paralyzed.
So if I heal her, will she still be paralyzed, or is she all good?
Give me a nature check.
Joy, that's not going to be great. Yeah,
You
that's
have
a negative.
no idea.
Okay. I'm just going to pull out the scroll of cure wounds and
yeah, it's your turn. Yep. So
yeah. I
Oh,
thought it
thank
was
you.
yeah,
I mean,
pull out the scroll of cure wounds and I will cast cure wounds on her for 5 hit points, but that's better than negative 11.
Yep.
Negative
So
12.
Poppy, you have 5 hit points. So you feel just your entire senses go dark as consciousness fades away, and literally only a moment or so later. Well, you don't know how long actually it is, but you then feel this light and warmth entering your body, and you're awake again, but you still can't move.
okay.
Your eyes are open and you're still lying face down on the ground, and you can see kind of Shasta's feet in front of you, but you can't actually move a single muscle of your body.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm alive though.
You're
Can you
alive.
tell that I'm alive?
You can tell, yeah, Shasta. You see her eyes open. You see the sort of the gold energy wrap around her and everything, but she's not moving. Like she's still got this look of terror on her face. And her eyes are moving, but that's all.
Can I fully pick her up and run the hell back?
You don't weigh much.
Yes, you can.
Okay. I pick Poppy up
Yep.
and sprint back over here.
I'll give you 20 feet. So
Thank you.
5, 10. Yeah, I just go behind Espen like, nope.
So Espen and Arya, all of a sudden you see Shasta turning around, and he's got Poppy, who's locked in place. No movement in her body at all, as they come running around behind you.
Well, I don't come running.
No, Shasta comes running, and he's got you in his arms.
It's...
Yep. I set her down, pull my long sword out, and it's like, okay, so like there's spiders, like big spiders, and one of them bit Poppy, and like she went all still, but I mean she's fine-ish now, like still not great, but like she's alive, so that's like
Still not
I
great.
guess help.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, that will be your turn.
Yes.
I'm just going to turn the... I did that. There we go. Now I can see the grid lines a little bit better.
Ah.
So Espen, as he's saying that, you hear a noise behind you, and coming through the entrance is exactly what he was just telling you about.
Okay.
So you literally, you're looking back there, and it's like, oh, okay, and turn around, and there's this spider in your face. He or it tries to bite you, which I think 21 hits.
Yep.
So you take 5 points of piercing damage, and can you make a con save for me?
Yes, I can.
I don't know if it's been asked. Is drinking a potion an action or a bonus action for you?
Drinking a potion is a bonus action for your... Oh, sorry. Free action for yourself.
Huh?
No, sorry, no, you're right. Sorry, bonus action for yourself, action defeat it to someone else. Sorry, I was getting it all confused.
Just a second.
And you take 12 poison damage, Espen.
Cool.
You still up?
Yeah.
Oh,
course.
good. That's
She's a
always
fighter.
good.
She's got, like millions of hit points.
I remember that feeling.
That's its turn. Arya. All of this has happened.
Arya?
Arya?
Okay.
You
Did not get poisoned by the spiders.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide. Because I don't have many spell slots. Is it better to heal or do something else? Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I have 30 movements, so... 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to move back to here, and I'm going to cast Healing Word on Espen.
Okay. Yeah. So you can roll your...
Oops. I did it one too many times. I think. Ignore the heroism, take the healing word. So that's 8 points of healing.
So Espen, you get 8 points back.
And I'm going to give you the feature Voice of Authority. So you can use your reaction to make a weapon attack against the creature in front of you.
Ooh, let's
She's
see.
not paralyzed, is she?
No.
Oh, thank God.
22 hits. Are you're two-handing?
Yeah.
Again? Okay.
So-
You keep rolling better with the one.
Yeah, no, that's what I get for forgetting to equip the shield.
Yeah. So it takes 5 points of damage, but you do give it a good whack with the sword. Movement, that's all your turn, Arya?
And then I will, because Healing Word is a bonus action, I'm going to
And what's
Sacred
your-
Flame it. The Voice of Authority is a no action.
Is it
it's a
really?
reaction. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's any time I do a spell on an ally.
Okay. Nice.
It happens.
Yep. Okay, so...
And then, then I'll try and Sacred Flame
Sure.
him.
Yep.
Do the damage. But yeah, so he's going to save 14. Haha!
Why is that rolling twice all the time? Oh, I know why. Yep, never mind. I know
You've
why
got
it's
it. Yeah. So yeah, that was 4 points of radiant damage.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Okay, so it takes... What did we say? 4 points.
Yep.
Alright. Espen, as you hit it, almost simultaneously, this glowing golden flame kind of just sort of explodes around the... Oh, not explodes, but engulfs the spider as well. And it kind of shifts back a little bit, especially both from the hit and the flame itself. It is now your turn.
Cool. As a bonus action, I'm going to take one hand off my sword and like hold the ring that the finger that Espen wears a signet ring on, and she's going to whisper and say, Marla, I need your help. And I'm going to cast Hex on the giant spider in front of me.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to attack it.
Sure.
Have we been deceived this whole time?
And its ability I'm going to have it have disadvantage on will be Wisdom.
Wisdom?
Yeah. So, 17, if a 16 hits.
A 16 does hit. So what did you say? 17. Yep.
Yeah.
13 of 17. You, you whisper this spell, and then you put your hand back on the sword, and just having that confidence in the your faith as well, just sort of almost emboldens you completely, and you take a step forward and just crunch down into this thing with this two-handed strike. As you hit it, this sort of almost black sizzling energy kind of wraps around your sword and causes the wound to open up even further, and your sword just basically passes straight through almost 2/3 of its head, and it lets out a little sort of bit of a squeal, a spidery type squeal, and then collapses on the floor in front of you, dead. Is that your turn? That's...
Yep.
Yeah, not going to do anything else?
I'm gonna can I use my movement to just
Yeah.
step a little bit inside? And then obviously on my next turn I'm gonna move the hex turn.
Yeah,
Look at
sure.
that next one. Just be like, you're next.
Yep, no worries. Okay. So that's your turn, and we're back to the other spider. It steps, if I'm using the right screen, steps here, and it looks at you as you come through, and rears back a little bit, and then lunges forward, and this webbing and this sort of burst of webbing flies out towards you.
Again.
With a natural 20 to hit.
Yes.
Does no damage, so but you're not missing. It's not missing. So you suddenly just find this webbing just wrapping all around you, and you are restrained. So can't move. So speed is now 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and any attack rolls you have are at disadvantage. And you have disadvantage on dex saves.
Oh.
But that's its turn. It doesn't come any closer to you. Just actually it will. Yep. And so it then starts moving the rest of the way up. Uses the rest of its movement to come up closer, and it sort of starts to crawl up on the wall alongside you here.
Okay.
Don't like that.
But that's its turn. Poppy, you are unable to move. You are completely paralyzed, unfortunately.
Can I roll or say something encouraging?
Sorry?
Or can I say something encouraging or roll Constitution?
Paralyzed creature is incapacitated and can't move or speak.
Okay.
So no, you can stare. You can look around with your eyes, but that's about as much as you've got.
All right.
At the moment.
I'm probably pooping myself a little bit.
Probably.
Yes.
Shasta.
That is all.
All right. We are interesting. We are gonna take some steps forward, and I think Shasta doesn't he's hiding his magic because he's I don't know how these people are gonna react, but he's also we don't have time to worry about that kind of thing right now. So he's just going to throw a fist back, then shuck it forward, and try to cast Guiding Bolt at this thing.
Sure.
9 again.
A 9 does not hit. So you throw your fist forward, and this radiant bolt of energy flings forward past Espen's shoulder. But just because you're probably trying to avoid hitting her as well, you sort of go a little bit wide, and it crashes into the wall behind you. Behind the spider.
Dang it. I guess I'll move up next to the spider then, and just hey, try to take its attention away from Espen.
Sure. Give me a performance check.
All right.
Or persuasion.
They're the same. I'll make it
Okay.
performance. I do my dance. It doesn't like the dance.
You're probably not. You don't really like the dance either. You're I can do so much better at this, but just the stress of the situation and Poppy and all of this, you're just not at your best right now.
I did cause a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And said,
Okay, that's my turn.
That's your turn. The other spider's dead. Arya.
Okay. I'm going to go up next to Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm gonna healing word Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
are you sure?
Not really, but I have one spell slots left, so I'm trying to
I
plan ahead.
okay.
I
I mean, out of character?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, mate. Kill those spiders.
Cool.
In character.
Or use Espen.
In character, yes. Then I will. I'll try and sacred flame it.
Try and sacred flame it.
Mhm.
Okay. So we will roll Dex for the spider. 13. I don't think he's high enough.
No.
13. So
Hey.
8 points of damage. It does not look happy. This is any happier than the one that you sacred flamed a second ago. It sort of skitters back a little bit, trying to sort of climb up the wall further to get away from the flames as they lick around its body. Is that, sorry?
Far enough, I'd get an opportunity attack.
No,
would
it's
it?
not to that point. No.
Oh.
That your turn, Aria?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Espen, you are currently restrained.
An action to break out of the web.
You can try and make a strength check. Yeah.
Yeah. Get me out of here. Just strength. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
strength.
Espen almost hulks this. Like she just you guys are sitting there watching, and she just she's engulfed it. Her arms are just sort of pressed up, and this webbing's just tight, and she just and the webbing sort of pulls away from her, and she is once again free. You still have a bonus action on your movement if you wish to.
Cool. I'm just going to use my bonus action to move my hex onto this little
Yep.
boy and
No
stay where I
worries.
am.
Yep. Okay. Espen, now it's back to the spider who is close enough to bite you.
There's a question.
Yeah. Sorry? Yes.
Nope, can't hear you.
Question? No, we can't hear you, puppy.
Sorry. Polly was moving around, so I had to mute it. Sorry. Can Poppy see what Espen just did from where she is?
Yeah, I would love to ask that question about Shasta too, because she was right behind her when she whispered that first time.
I just said a prayer.
So many secrets.
I technically have
I'm
our
frozen.
So,
I just
right
wanted to know if
now-
I could see her go.
Right now, no. You like between the fact that you're paralyzed on the ground and the sort of the way the stone moves, and there's a dead spider in the way as well. I don't think you would have seen her move that. You guys did hear her
Okay.
say a prayer at the beginning of her last. So you did hear her say something about Marla at the beginning of
Okay.
her first turn.
I was just going to say that Poppy would have fallen a little bit in love. It's all right. Never mind.
And so it tries to bite you unsuccessfully. So
At me? Or...
yes, at you.
Please.
And then tries to skitter up the wall away from you. So both Shasta and Espen, you can have attacks of opportunity.
Sweet. Have my shield, so it's two-handed.
Both hit. That's what, 12, 18. It's dead. 19, 20. It's. You guys aren't actually sure who kills it because kind of in sync, both your swords just sort of hit at it and strike it, and they kind of both charge in, and it's sort of you just see this sort of.
We like
greenish
meet in the
blood.
middle, like our swords
Almost.
touch through the body. Yeah.
And it kind of starts to slide down the wall and kind of gets half stuck in the webbing as well. But it is now deceased.
Cool. I'm gonna turn around and start running run over to Poppy.
Uh-huh.
She's like rigid, paralyzed, right?
She's rigid, paralyzed, yes.
Can I make a quick perception check to see if I hear any other spiders?
Yeah, make a perception check.
16.
You can hear little bits of movement. You're not sure. Nothing immediately nearby you right now. You can hear it. What you can hear movement, but it's almost like it's bouncing off the walls somewhere. So it's not in your immediate vicinity, but there does seem to still be something alive or moving down here.
I'll keep my sword out and walk back a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Spider.
Yep. What's happening with the rest of you?
Aya is leaning down, is kneeling beside Poppy, and is actually trying to figure out what's wrong.
Yeah. So give me a medicine check.
Can I give her the help action? Just to be like, she got bit by the spider, man.
Have you got proficiency in medicine?
No, I don't.
No, it's talking Shasta.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Okay, so it's more it's more of a knowledge type of thing for this. With a 10, you can see the wound on her throat or on her neck where she was bitten. There's like spidering out of it, this sort of, the veins and the capillaries around the wound have got this sort of greenish black tinge to them under her skin. The wound itself isn't huge. It's still fairly significant, but it has actually closed up quite a lot, especially with the healing magic as well. But it's the sort of, you can see it starting to continuing to grow, this sort of spidering greenish black running around her neck and up over her shoulder.
I'm just gonna look at Arya trying to do something, and just ask, what's wrong with her? What's happening?
I don't know.
We have to get her out of here then. It's too dangerous. And I'm gonna scoop her up.
Yeah, so Espen scoops you up, Poppy. You're still, you're in this kind of pose where you're half, just in that sort of, I just started running move. So your arms are kind of there, and
it's very awkward for Espen. And it's awkward for Poppy too, because she's not entirely sure if she's wet herself earlier. And also, a very strong and capable woman is now carrying her to safety. Okay, and she's like, oh my goodness, I just wet myself. This is so embarrassing.
I'm just going to start running to go back to what's his face and see if he can help us.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to turn to Arya and say, all right, I heard something moving around, so I'm going to do a last, cursory glance just to, know what we're dealing with. And then I'm going to run back.
Do you want any company?
If you wanna come, by all means, man. I'm not gonna say no to some friends.
I'll come along.
All right, man.
Okay.
Why?
So where do you guys head? You can still see the footprints coming down. Yeah, coming down this way.
Yep, I'll stealthily follow the footprints.
And as you sort of get to about where you are, you can see over here, just down in that far corner, you can actually see what looks to be two web-wrapped bodies. So,
Okay.
so just down in this area, just down near here. Oh, whoops.
All right. We're gonna creep on over. Are they moving, making noise, or are they like still?
They are still.
Okay.
Arya, can you give me a wisdom roll? Just a straight wisdom check.
Yeah, I can do that. Whoa, that's not great.
Yeah. No, but it was just a quick check. It's dark in here, and the torch is back there, and it's dark, and Shasta doesn't seem to be hindered in what he can see.
All right. So while she's having that revelation, I'll go down.
Yeah, because I'm trying to work out if it's related to just general dark vision or not. So it's just me freaking out now.
Yeah.
That piece of information.
Yep.
Okay, more filing things away.
Yep. And as you, Shasta, as you get closer, you see they're wrapped primarily in webbing, but not completely enough that you can't sort of see the dwarven features. They're both bodies are about 4 feet or 4.5, 5. Yeah, about 4.5 feet long. There's a sword lying on the ground next to one of them, and this appears to be, from what you can tell, probably the two bodies that you guys were looking for. I'll leave you guys there for a sec. Espen, you run back to the door.
Yep. What's his Borland out there?
Yep. He is. So as you sort of kick on the door, he opens it and he sees. As soon as he sees Poppy in your hand, he's like, his eyes widen. He's like, I know, like he knows what that is. And he explains to you how it's the poison that the spiders have in some of these spiders have. It's a temporary effect. She will probably be okay in around about an hour or so. But she's gonna, and Poppy, you can hear this as well. You can't react to it or anything, but you can at least hear him saying that, you're not going to be stuck like this forever. That give it an hour or so, and you'll probably find that you're able to move again.
I am relieved and also a tiny bit more embarrassed. Because at least if I was paralyzed forever, I wouldn't have to face the fact that I might have wet myself earlier.
Okay, cool. Well, Espen has obviously not really any idea about medicine. So she's kind of freaking out, but with him reassuring her, she kind of calms down a bit. She says, "Can I leave her out here with you?"
I look after her, and if you where are your friends? Yeah.
I don't know. I'll go find out. I'm going to lay Poppy down very gently.
Okay.
Not just throw her on the
Yep.
ground. And just like look to him and look back at her and be like, I'll be back. And then take back off into the...
Sure. Yep.
Thanks.
So you run back down. You pick up the torch, which was just been left by Poppy somewhere, just near where one of the dead spiders is, and find Shasta and Arya standing over these two dwarven-shaped bundles of webbing.
I'll just do my best to cut the cocoons open with a hand axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arya would actually start kneeling and start saying some ritualistic prayers
Yep.
for the dead.
Yep. Sure. Okay, so Shasta, it takes you a little bit of time. Espen, do you do anything like as you approach? So Shasta's starting to cut open one of them, cut the webbing off one of them, and Arya's praying.
I'll cut open the other one. I'll
Okay.
pull out a hand axe.
Yep. Yep. As you guys do, can I get everyone to just sort of do perception checks for me? Right. Arya and Shasta, you hear that that shuffling and the clicking kind of sounds again. It's coming from the tunnel down to the south. There's another tunnel down. There's another tunnel that leads further off down into somewhere else. This tunnel itself here. And this area that you're in also has that feel of being made rather than created or nurtured. Sorry, nurtured. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hearing the chittering again, Shasta tries to heft up one of these dwarves.
Yeah.
And be like, gotta go.
Sure. Arya, with yours as well, just at the end of this sort of little alcove here, you do notice just a slight glimmer of metal. A slight shape in there that's got like a kind of just a flicker of metal coming from Espen's torch.
I get up and I dash over there.
Yeah. What you find is a very old breastplate. It's dusty. It's not rusty though. So as you sort of pick it up, your hand sort of moves some of the dust, and it's actually shining. Quite in quite good condition for however old it must be. Like the leather on it is the leather work is not something that you kind of are used to recognizing or anything like that, but you pick that up as well. Espen? Shasta's just
cocoon. I got no idea what's going on.
so Shasta's just thrown one over his and said that you're...
Nope, I am engrossed. I am performing surgical, precise cuts.
Yep. Okay.
Get that and I respect it, but like you hear that chittering, right? There's more. And like I think we could take them, but I don't know how many there are. So
you hear it getting a little bit louder. Now, Espen, you hear it as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And I'm going to pick up this dwarf.
I don't know how heavy these dwarfs are. I assume it's just like, all right, okay.
You're at half movement, but yes, you can both carry one of them over your shoulder.
Arya will take the rear
Yeah.
as we're going and sort of keep a sort of semi eye out behind us as we're going, because we're going slowly, in case something comes up behind us.
Sure. Yeah. Did you picked up the armor, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys start to make your way back out. Ari, you keep an eye over your shoulder, and kind of just as you guys get to the where the archway is that was in the middle there, you do see another spider sort of starting to poke its head out of that tunnel there. It doesn't seem... Seems like it's checking things out rather than... It doesn't seem like it's, on an aggressive hunt or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And you're not sure if it sort of necessarily catches sight of you, but it doesn't seem to sort of go into pursuit. And you guys are able, if this is what you want to do, to get back to the entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
As you knock on the door, Vorland opens it again, and the look in his eyes, the stoicism that he was trying to keep up when you first were talking to him is just gone. And the moment he sees the two dwarves that you guys are carrying, and one is they're both quite young, probably sort of youngish adults. Male has black hair, and she has reddish coloured hair, like reddish strawberry blonde type of hair. And he sees them and just starts weeping, and he actually falls to his knees. And then, as you guys through, he just slams the door shut, and it crashes and echoes throughout the cavern and the mines. He sits there for probably a good 5 or 10 minutes. What do you do?
Just to fully check, they are full dead, right? They're ice to the touch or whatever.
They are cold to the touch. If you want to make a medicine check, then. But
Yeah.
they are very true. That doesn't really matter because they are very dead.
If they're dead, and there's no.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure they weren't like Heidi, paralyzed.
Yeah. No.
I mean, like Poppy, not
The
Heidi.
hell is Heidi?
We're having a
Poppy comes
serious
back at this
moment
exact
here.
moment. Who the hell is this Heidi you're talking about? What? Have you replaced me already? I'm paralyzed for half an hour and this is what I get. Bloody hell.
Shasta will just give... Let me check something. Just verbal. So he'll just say, "Bummer, man," and cast Healing Word on Poppy's paralyzed body.
You don't think it's gonna do anything?
I mean,
you still got hit points to. It doesn't help the poison, but you can still got hit points to collect, haven't you?
I mean, I will say no, but I figure in a way this is the ultimate short rest.
Yeah, but to gain sort of the hit dice thing, you're spending
like
that time.
calm.
Yeah, and spending that time sort of patching up your wounds and that kind of thing. So.
Although really, in a way, the real wounds were to my dignity.
This is true.
I'm so sorry.
After a time, you guys, or Vorland recovers or sort of regains control of himself. He looks up at you. I apologize. But I thank you for bringing them back. I owe you more than what I can actually possibly possibly give you. You've at least reunited me with my family.
I'm sorry for your loss. I can't imagine.
No. I never thought it would be me who has to bury my child.
Can we help?
With the funeral.
Yeah. Is there anything we can do?
Well, we'll be headed back to Dewcliff. We'll lay them to rest there. So if you want to come along for the journey, then you're more than welcome to. It's the least I can do.
I'm playing music.
Sorry?
I'm playing music.
There is background music.
It was pretty poppy. It was pretty
No.
something. Okay.
Family is dead. Your family is
Yeah,
dead.
might just be losing my mind. That's good too. Roll the boat. Roll the boat. Okay, sorry.
Way to ruin
Sorry.
the mood.
Sorry.
Voland, stands up and he picks up Leswin in his hands and just carries her, starts to carry her towards the entrance. Between the three of you who are still standing, you can fairly easily get Derek and Poppy back as well. You follow him and he takes you to another room that sort of comes off the off that entryway area into the mine shafts, and it's into like a little private chamber type of thing. A double bed, and he lays Leswin down on one side of it, and then with a look of gratefulness, just guides whoever's got Derek to put him down on the other side. This was their room. They can rest here while we make preparations. Excuse me, do you mind if there's a chamber across the way, a guest chamber. There's should be some fresh water if you wish to clean up or have a rest or anything like that. And he points over to another door and across the hall from where you are.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, we should wait it out with Poppy before we go anywhere.
That would be nice. Sorry, Poppy, you're paralyzed. It's like, catch up.
This has been great. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Poppy has certainly seen some stand-up behavior today, and she's deeply ashamed of the fact that she wet herself. Let's just say that.
We just dip Poppy in the water.
She's gonna thank Shasta for that later. She is. Saving whatever was left of her dignity.
So yeah, it is across the hall. There is a room. It's actually a fairly big guest room too. It's got like 3 bunks, 2 high each. So there's like 6 sleeping spots there, and there's a couple of troughs of water, which seem to be naturally fueled some way. So the water itself actually going through them is actually running in some way, or flowing. So it's always fresh. It's always clean and available. You have time to. Vorland, heads out of the mine. To do whatever he next needs to do. And you guys are left to your own devices. Probably got about half an hour or so before. You think probably half an hour, maybe 15 minutes to half an hour before the paralysis should probably start to wear off.
Oh, please, someone do something epic.
Please prank them, please.
Pranks are how friendships are made. Your bonds are cemented with pranks.
Shasta's gonna remember that he has a glowing coin in his pocket and just tap his butt and dispel the light.
Light shining out your ass.
Maybe. I don't know.
Just the thought of that is just really
Like,
stupid.
oh yeah. Boop, boop.
I know, my butt's feeling a little warm.
I was kind of assuming that it wasn't able to be seen, but if anyone...
That's what I was thinking too.
No,
I was like,
It doesn't, but I'm
Out of character, this is
anyway.
just me just like
Yeah.
thinking that that's what it was.
yeah, you're all just like, oh yeah, Shasta and his regularly glowing ass. His radiant ass.
Does that count for like radiant damage or something?
No.
Oh.
If check somebody and they take a point of radiant damage.
Yes.
No.
Just to save the, just if I have to remember, did Lord Brennan say he would pay us the 200 gold, or do I have to ask the grieving father for it?
Lord Brennan said that they'd offered 100 and that he would also give you 100.
Yeah, so we have to collect the 100 from the sad man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Collect it. Why don't we collect it after,
Yeah, give him like a month.
Funeral. Get through the
Or
funeral.
at least a
first,
week.
let's
and
get
then ask.
Yeah.
yeah, through the funeral. Sorry for your loss. Now, about that money.
Okay. I don't know if it's like post funeral or post discovering your dead child. What's the correct time frame?
When's the correct time to ask
don't have
the
a lot of
grieving
wisdom,
father
yes.
for your pay?
Yes. My wisdom is low.
So I guess
D&D first world
getting-
problems.
getting back into character, I'll be like, so, what do we want to do, man? Do we want to head back in there and like see what else was up once we're all like rested and such? Because there were more spiders down there.
I certainly saw one.
Ugh. And like, remember how spooky dude Dominic had that like door that headed down south, like in this general direction? Coincidence? Maybe. I don't know.
Dominic the spider guy.
The spider demon guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
As this conversation's happening, Poppy, you start to sort of slowly. It takes probably you cough a little bit, and it takes probably a good maybe 4 or 5 minutes for you to actually sort of just almost like the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz, like oil can.
I just start giving her a light massage to like help.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's that stuff. Oh, thank you. Oh,
This is the other healing hands. Just
thank you. Oh, those are healing hands indeed. Oh, those are healing hands. I need not go near those spiders again if there's any way we can help it. Thank you. But no. Thank you for saving me. But no spiders. No.
That's fair. I mean, they wanted to seal the mines at the very least, so at least we know it'd be safe.
You know, not bad for the guy. I mean, if he wants us to.
well, did they want to seal the mine, or did that mean they'd have to like shut it down?
What he said, and what Brendan said as well, was that they're not confident that they can lock this off 100% permanently. And it was a wide tunnel. Like, it was not just sort of a small tunnel that you guys walked into when you were entering. So it's a fairly big hole that they have to try and block up. But he did also say when you guys were there that he'd had had another look, and he thinks they could at least try.
Well, at least we know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want these guys to like have to give up part of their livelihood, man. Like, if there were, I don't know, some nasty fish in the ocean, I'd try to fight back so I could go out fishing for like good fish again.
Yeah, I suppose I already feel stronger since being here anyway, so what's to say another night's rest won't do it?
Yeah, man.
Poppy, are you good with that?
Mate, you can like keep in the back if you want and like throw stuff at them.
I could throw things. I might need to like put like a really thick coat on or something like that, so their teeth get stuck in it or something.
You mean like a sweater or something?
Yeah, like yes, like a sweater or a cloak or something.
Yeah.
I don't.
Mm.
Oh, that's a normal sound.
Well,
I guess
I think we definitely need to like sit here or somewhere and like get some chill vibes for a little bit and then see how we feel after that, you know?
Agreed.
Like, I don't know if we need to catch some Z's, but definitely just like a little chill like moment.
Well, if we are planning on going back in, I don't have much left.
Yeah, I feel that.
I would probably be very useless.
Oh, rest up for the night. Finish the job in the morning.
Yeah, make sure that door's locked good and tight, and then we hit it up tomorrow.
I mean, we'll have to talk to Voland, but I
Right.
think a good night's rest. I could try again.
I did only see one, and he didn't come after us. So I don't know whether there'll
we
be a
leave it?
lot more.
That's almost
Not
worse.
sure.
At
What
least.
about those little ice things, though?
Yeah, I don't know about
What are
those. Those seem like they were something different than the spiders, definitely. Like, I don't know that they were like working in tandem.
This is all very odd. There's a lot of odd things going around in this town right now.
Yeah.
What's the time? Like, what is it? Is it late?
It's not. No, it's probably a little. And your question is kind of answered when there's actually a knock at the door, and a young dwarven female has arrives with like a tray of food.
Oh, thank goodness.
She's Master Vorland suggested that you might want something to eat. And it's about lunchtime basically. So she's got there's enough food for you all to sort of feel fairly sated by the end of it.
While we eat, can I take a break? Because I have to pee real bad.
Well, we're probably but we're probably about to finish anyway.
Oh, okay.
So
Then I'll hold it until we finish.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like whether we maybe start putting a break in the middle, somewhere, but yes. So you're able to enjoy, and the rest of the day sort of passes. You don't actually see Vorland until quite late in the afternoon. He sort of says, look, it's going to be another day or two before we can make arrangements to get down to Dewcliff, so you're welcome to stay here, or you're welcome to head back as you wish. You can stay here tonight, though. And he allows you to, so you've got a fairly comfortable bed for the night.
In that sort of period of time between lunch and us resting, I'm going to cast... I'm going to use... I might as well just use the spell slot. I'll cast Detect Magic on the breastplate.
Okay. Where did that go? Oh, when you type search into an American site and forget that armor is spelt.
ARMOR, like it's supposed to be spelled. Man.
Yous are important!
Color, COLOR.
Stop.
That hurts me.
I always try and make sure I spell it correctly when I go in chat rooms.
COLOR. Oof.
Dishonor. DISHONOUR. You dishonor my culture.
It's got a glow of illusion magic attached to it.
Illusion breastplate.
It's not really there.
It just looks like you have breasts. Or
Oh,
really, it's just a plate.
Yeah, it's actually plate mail, but it's disguising itself as a breast.
Breastplate. Yeah.
It's actually just leather armor. It's nothing.
It's fair.
I might as well swap. I'm gonna put it on.
Okay. As Arya puts the breastplate on, and she just cleans it up, and it is like I said, it's shining. It looks very old. It's like it's the carving and everything, the lining of the edges and that is not anything familiar with. It looks archaic, but it's still shining very nicely. And then as she puts it on, it starts to this sort of appearance of smoke starts to just waft from the armor and around Arya. It doesn't smell. It doesn't sort of it's got no odor or anything like that. But it just looks like it's smoking. And you have a smouldering armor breastplate.
Yep.
You could say she looks smoking.
I'm just like, is she on fire? Do I need to like put her out? What is?
I don't think so.
It doesn't hurt.
Hello.
Nothing like that. It's just
Okay.
And on that note, I think we will call it. Thank you, Internet, for joining us and watching. We will see you again same time next week, 7 p.m. Australian time on Tuesday night. That's Australian Eastern time. That's Sydney time, not Queensland time. Daylight savings is still another month away of ending, and then, but anyway, keep an eye on or follow us and get the notification as to when we go live, and that's probably going to be the easiest way to keep track of it around this time of the year. Thank you, wonderful people, and we will talk to you next week.